Hello everyone, my name is Long. I am the founder of the startup community. Today I will share with you about the opportunity and challenge of non-contact service market in Vietnam. Before sharing, I want to introduce you a little bit about the startup community. So basically, startup is one of the largest community for tech startup founder in Vietnam, with more than 5,000 members, including startup founder, developer, marketer, investor, and so on. We're still mission is about supporting Vietnamese startup to go global and supporting overseas startup to connect with startup ecosystem in Vietnam and has the right go-to-market strategy. Our members come from many industries like advertising, education, logistics, e-commerce, medtech, fintech, travel tech, recruitment platform, AR, VR, blockchain, and so on. Almost of them is Vietnamese startup, and some of them are from other countries like Korea, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan, and India. We have many partners in Vietnam startup ecosystem like Vietnam Internet Associate, Startup Vietnam Foundation, some co-working space like Upworking and eSpace Co-working. And besides that, we also have some partners from other countries like Community, Protein, which is biggest community for product manager around the world. Global Celtic is a community for tech founder from North America and Southeast Asia. And we have some partner like Pickup, like AWS. We support startup for AWS Cloud Courage. And we have some startup media from other countries like TechSec from Philippines and TechSort from Thailand. And we also have some partner from the government like the Korea IT Corporation Center. We have three members in core team. The first is me. I am the founder and head community of Star Startup. And the second is Selena. She is the Hanoi chapter leader with the capital of Vietnam. And Roy is Ho Chi Minh chapter leader, who is the fastest economic city in Vietnam. And we focus on three main activities. First is a workshop, which is a kind of event that the speaker as a founder or expert will share about the knowledge and experience to people in community. And we have some trainings, almost in-house training for startup and tech company about business model, about the design thinking, about the fundraising and product management. And the final is business matching, which is the phrase mode activity of startup. We host a lot of events that matching startup from overseas with startup from Vietnam. Okay, let's come back to our topic today. Now I will share with you about the overview of non-contact service in Vietnam. Almost all of them are software as service. Despite software as service with a trend in Vietnam, the market has not been attractive yet, as Vietnam companies are still hesitant about adapting to change. Just only 5% to 7% of companies applying software service. However, it also presents an opportunity for software service suppliers to invest more time, more effort, and capital in educating Vietnam market. Some kind of non-contact service product are outstanding in Vietnam. You can see the first is CIM, about marketing, sales, and customer service. And the second about the SIM, about recruitment, about training, and employer branding, soon. And the third about the logistic management is about the delivery, about the warehouse management. And the final is cyber security. In Vietnam, right now is very few venture-backed startup that's invested by the VC. Some famous startups that backed by the VC is KioViet. It was invest we invest with $6 million. Bay.vn is $1.7 million. Uza $1.5 million. Haravan $50,000. But Sabo and Arvin is non-declared amount invested. Okay, you can see some brand and X industry. In Siam, we have Sabo, KioViet, Haravan, and Nhanh.vn. All of them as backed by big corp like Nhanh.vn and Haravan, or backed by some VC like Sabo and KioViet. But Siam, the outstanding is Bay.vn right now in Vietnam, backed by a lot of VC. And some other SIM, we had One of It and Clover. And sometimes some tech company in Vietnam prefer some foreign software like Cello, Zia software. About the logistic management, we have KioViet and Sabo for small business. And about the big corp and medium business, we have Misa, Samalok, and Nabivit. About security, which only SciTech is outstanding. Now I will share with you about the opportunity for Korean startup in Vietnam. About CM, right now it's the red market. But there's no name or big brand of CM for specific industry like beauty, F&B, hospital, and hotel. And I think it's opportunity for you. About HIM, it's the same like CM. For the logistic management, right now it's very potential market with growth of e-commerce in Vietnam. It's a huge demand. But there are not many competitors like CM and SIM. For cyber security, there are very few companies in this industry. So if you are the cyber security startup, so I think it's opportunity for you in Vietnam. You will see a lot of opportunity, but right now I can say with you the 4 challenge for Korean startup in Vietnam. The popular challenge and the most challenge for Korean startup in Vietnam, I think, is language. So almost Vietnam people using Vietnamese language to speak, to write, as more of them use English. So if you want to target to Vietnamese customer for the mass market, you have to translate your product like all of document from Korean language to Vietnamese language. For specific market, maybe it's the high standard market, you can use English version is okay. The second challenge is administrative procedure. It's very complicated, especially for the foreign company. The third challenge is building the culture. Anything is different for any country, not even in Vietnam. So you have to research more about the culture, about the industry, and about the culture in Vietnam before you go into Vietnam. Because something which is different from the business culture from Korea and business culture in Vietnam. And the final is market information. There is very few information market about non-contact service market in Vietnam. No reports, no anything. Just a few blog posts on some website. Okay, so you can see some talent, and right now I'm going to give you some suggestions, some advice for you to enter Vietnamese market. The first suggestion is to find a local expert. The local expert is very, very important. That will help you to connect with some resource that you need in Vietnam. We know better about the business culture, about the administrative procedure to help you overcome it. And we have more experience about joining in Vietnam, so you can get a lot of information. I will show you some case study right now. The picture on the left is something I shared with Korean investor and entrepreneur from Korean about Vietnam mobile platform, about the mobile e-commerce, mobile money, mobile advertising. And they see a lot, it sees a lot of potential about the mobile advertising. And let me say, you can see about the web market of mobile e-commerce and mobile money in Vietnam. And the picture on the right is something I shared with a startup founder and student from Busan Incubator about startup ecosystem in Vietnam and two stories about two startup founders. The second suggestion to enter Vietnam market is connect with Vietnamese startup community. I really recommend it because you can get a lot of resources for free, and you get a lot of partner, customer, even you get deal in the startup community. And for example, for you, just about the first about the picture on the left is business matching event between the 20 Taiwanese startup with 100 Vietnamese startup and SME hosted by the startup community. After the event, more than 20 MOU was signed. And the picture on the right is Business Union hosted by AWS to connect startup founder investor in Vietnam. And in this event, there is one Korean startup a joint event, and after the event they get some deal with startup in Vietnam. And the last suggestion for you is just selection. As I mentioned before, you had to look about the target end user and target customer in Vietnam. If it's the mass market, you had to translate into Vietnamese language. If the niche market may be just the high standard market, you can be translated into English version. Okay, that's all I want to share with you. If you need more information and you want to expand the business in Vietnam, I can help you to do the market research, find local partner, high-tech talent, and promote your product to startup community. Please feel free to send me email to info.startup@gmail.com or send me a message to WhatsApp number. Thank you for listening.